Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, we are from the 6th group. We want to present about the topic about multiliteracies. Last week, 2 weeks ago, MTV had a little bit explanation about what is multiliteracies. We will present 3 articles. The first article is about teaching and learning with iPad to support dialogic construction of multiliteracies. Introduction. The first slide is introduction. The author of the article is Diah and Carol Smith, and the object of the article is to conduct it of 6 middle grade classroom at 2 public middle school in the Mid-Atlantic region. It's conducted in 2 schools in different places. And then the purpose is to describe the powerful iPad mediated teaching and learning, and then to explain how iPad integration can support the dialogic construction of multiliteracies. Okay, the research question. There are 2 research questions. The first is how do student and teacher describe powerful and effective iPad mediated teaching and learning. And then the second is how are multiliteracies, for example, digital content era and multimodal, being enhanced and developed during iPad mediated teaching and learning. Okay, and then the next slide is about the method. What is the method that used by the researchers? All the article that we presented all about the qualitative study. Yeah. Okay, and then this article is also used qualitative study and to collect the data. The first is observation. And then the second is structured interview. The meaning of structured interview here is the researchers have prepared some of the questions that will given to the students and the teacher as the object of this research. And then when the researcher have to observe and give the interview to the teacher and then the student, he analyzed the observation and the structured interview result. And then this one, the finding, because it's qualitative, so there is no some of the numeric. So the finding here is using iPad teaching and learning supported student different needs and motivate them, while also helping students develop 21st century model of communication. And then the second is teacher use their knowledge and various iPad application and filter to match their content and assignment to students' various learning style and activities. When the student use the iPad to learning process, it's obviously more motivate them to study, because they not only focuses on the paper, and it's make them more happy because they will find the colorful materials. So the conclusion here is iPad mediated teaching and learning, as described by the teacher and student in this study, can empower students to develop multiliteracies in productive and innovative way, while effectively address 21st century students. And then the second is researcher and teacher must be prepared to have all students develop the digital literacies and to leverage engagement with technology in ways that are shown to enhance student content knowledge, but also gaining technological skill. This is the conclusion of the first article that I presented. And then for the next presentation will be delivered by our sister Fitri. Come, 10 is yours. Thank you.
Eric, yeah, and it is about yeah, it is investigating literacy practices in a university EFL context from multiliteracies and multimodal perspective. And this article is a case study. The author from this article are Salim Nabahan and Rahmat Diah. They are university students of English Language Education Department, Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Universitas PGRI Agama Surabaya. So, okay, so I took a picture. Yeah, this is the situations of standard class in Indonesia. Like there's a teacher in front of the class and at the blackboard, and the students pay attention to the teacher. So what am I going to tell you is today's industrial revolutions 4.0 expose some complexities as well as opportunities in educational context. And in recent years, literacy has become one of the important issues to that disruptive era. So, like what Ma'am Tiwi told us before about literacy, traditionally that literacy, the ability of reading and writing is considered as being literate, but due to the advancements of technology, literacy, the concept of literacy has gained more complex meaning. Therefore, those competences are not sufficient to face today's complex society. Yeah, in previous learning, Ma'am Tiwi told us that literacy is not just a simple ability of reading and writing particular text, but it includes the competence of implementing the knowledge from for the purpose or specific context, for the specific purpose and context like that. And in the future, in English language term, so reading and writing are considered as a foundations of language development. So if you guys want to develop your language or your English proficiency, you have to do more literacy. Like you have to read more, and you have to write more, like that. Again, the other thing is the growing presence of technology assessed by students influence students' daily interactions and communications. Therefore, English teacher has to. The concept of English literacy should be revised based on contemporary students' need, and literacy practice have to be shifted to be more adaptable. Concept so that students can easily receive the lessons. Okay. In response to these issues, the author okay. In response to these issues, the author provides two questions here. The first is, what are the students' literacy practices toward the use of printed, digital, and multimodal text when they engage in reading and writing process? And the second question is, what literacy strategies do the teacher use in reading and writing with multimodal text in their EFL classroom? form of knowledge, including utilizing and producing. Okay, and multiliteracies pedagogy was developed to change the focus from print-based to various forms of literature and linguistic skill implemented in teaching language and literacy. So in multiliteracies pedagogy, the teacher can use print-based and digital-based, like we can use our gadget and the technology, internet, etc. And the second highlight is multimodality and English language teaching. Okay. Multimodal approach as defined to press one where attention is given to all culturally shaped research that are available for making meaning. And the multimodality is identified by the use and combinations of multiplicity of modes. The use of certain modes may be more dominant than the others, and they occur simultaneously. Okay, so I pinned 4 steps of method from this article. There are 4 steps. The first is study design, study participant, and data collections, data analysis. Study design involves quantitative and qualitative methods. So, like as Diah said before, that all of our journal articles is qualitative, but in my journal there are 2 methods. Yeah, there is qualitative and quantitative. The qualitative data were from students' questionnaire. So, and the qualitative data were derived from teachers' interviews, students focus group discussions, and document. And the study participant were the university teacher who teach reading and writing courses, and the students of English language education, Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Universitas Vegetarian di Buana Surabaya, Indonesia. For data collections, there are many kinds of data here. As you know, in the slide, there are photograph, video, audio recording, field work notes, document, and questionnaire and interview as well. Interview as well as group discussion. Sorry. As group discussion transcript. For data analysis, the quantitative data were analyzed using descriptive analysis in terms of frequency or percentage, and SPSS software package were utilized. The qualitative data analyzed from interview and focus group discussions consisted of transcriptions and interpretations involving codes and categories development, theme identification, and concept development. Okay, so here is the table of this article's data, because as I mentioned before that this article is using quantitative and qualitative method. So here as a quantitative data, there is presentations of very frequently, occasionally. It is like times of our students to read, and using the materials and modes of reading. There are 2 points: creative text and digital text, supporting media, students' competence. Okay, so this is only the table. I will show you and I will explain in another slide. Okay, here the data of students writing. There are types of writing activities, media used in writing. Yes, just similar with reading, but different point here. And supporting writing activities, students digital literacy. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So here is the discussions about the table before. the discussion about students' literacy practice toward the use of printed, digital, and multimodal text. The first is students' reading practice. In students' reading practice, the majority of students frequently utilize the image and videos to support their comprehensions toward the reading text. So after reading the text, they prefer to watch the videos. For example, after they read the novel about Diah, so they will be willing to watch the video of Diah. Because it indicated that most of students were audiovisual learners. Overall, out of the fact that students still retain the existence of printed text for reading practices, digital and multimodal literacy were generally involved among the students. So the students prefer digital text better than printed text. And the second point is about students' writing practices. Digital writing practice that have developed promotes replacing the use of traditional methods such as writing on paper. However, the students' use of many of the digital writing activities such as blog or web page is still late. So the students write using the digital, using the gadget, using the laptop, but they rarely use blog to They really use blog or a web page, to expose their the writing words. And the third point is teachers' literacy strategies in the FL classroom. The findings of the study showed that the teaching and learning experiences within two literacy areas of reading and writing have expanded through the incorporations of pre-literacy with digital and multimodal literacy. So the teacher use both of the printed text and digital text in this classroom. Okay, conclusion. The ability of students to demonstrate the multimodal text was supported by the students' competency in using digital resources for their reading activities and their digital literacy in their writing activities. Therefore, with the students potentially in utilizing multimodal text, teachers can reframe their pedagogy in English language education with multiliteracies. Because the author have two questions in the beginning of my presentation, I will give two conclusions. And the second conclusion is about teachers. Despite the lack of familiarity of the teachers toward literacy theory and concept in the teaching of reading and writing, they have incorporated print-based media with the digital communications. And this multiliteracy pedagogy and multimodality led to the shifting of nature in FL teaching and learning of reading and writing toward 21st century literacy skills that enrich and contextualize the target of language to the real world experience. Of course, this issues challenges the teacher to improve their literacy concept and their pedagogy strategies. And also, the teacher has to contextualize the class into the real world. Okay. That's all for my presentations, and we'll continue with Diah for the third journals. Second one. This is the second journal, and the third journal will be presented by you. by Diah, but I will tell you the introductions only. Yeah, and for this article, the title is Teacher and Students' Perceptions of Reading a Graphic Novel Using the Multiliteracies Approach in an ESL Classroom. Okay, introduction. So the author is Shahida Pisol and Sajid Kaur, published by Malaysian Journal of Learning and Instructions, and the research site is a secondary co-educational school in a semi-rural area. The school has populations of 760 students, comprising predominantly Malay students, 90%. The participants of this study comprise 24 students from one in-tech class and one ESL teacher. Okay, so the purpose of this article, this paper puts forth the argument that there is a need to take a closer look at using the multiliteracies approach in reading a graphic novel, within an electronic and digital environment. The present study investigates teacher and students' perceptions in reading a graphic novel using the multiliteracies approach in an ESL classroom. And there are two questions of this research. The first is, what is the students' perceptions of reading a graphic novel by using the multiliteracies approach? And the second question is, what is the ESL teacher's perceptions of teaching a graphic novel by using the multiliteracies approach? Okay. And will be continued by Diah.
Okay. The subject of this article is, although the school consists of 760 students, but the researchers only take one class that consists of 24 students and one teacher. And then the method that used in this article is qualitative, and the data data use interview and journal writing activity. In the first journal, use qualitative, but they use observation and structured interview. But in the third article, they use interview, not structured interview, just independent interview. And then the researchers analyze the interview and journal writing activity that done by the students. And then this is the framework, because the title of this article is about about teacher and student perception of reading graphic novel using the multiliteracies approach in ESL classroom. Maybe in our thinking, reading graphic novel, maybe in many people think that novel is only focused on the love story that can read by the adult student. But the reality, the graphic novel here is conclude of the comic or something that related with the reading that correlation with the student under adult. So the graphic novel here is this one. The history of the graphic novel is introduced in the first of 1940th century, and it's not most comic book described about superheroes, and the plot line was developed based on the action and adventure plot of life. So the graphic novel here is not about the love story or something else, no, but it's familiar with the comic. Okay. And then the findings show that the student perceive the use of graphic novel and the multiliteracies approach in their reading class positively, because they felt that the lessons were engaging, enjoyable and interesting. And they support the view of the ESL teachers who advocate in the inclusion of multimodal pedagogical practice in the learning context to promote positive outcome. This defining. And I will show some of the interview broadcasts that the research given. In the first article, the research didn't give some of the interview script in the article, but in the third article it's mentioned. In one of the students say that using graphic novel is really interesting because it consists of the colorful picture and this helps me want to see picture to read. Usually I don't read English book. It was funny when I see picture of a most girlfriend and something else. This is some of the example of the interview script that the writer given. Okay, this one the second. Okay, by reading a graphic novel, the student can get the better understanding, can get the easy understand about the story. Okay, and then the second, I feel motivated to learn and work together with my friend. And this one. All the interview here is interview script here mentioned that by using the graphic novel, it can help her to understand understand the material easier than without using the graphic novel. And then the conclusion. The study will benefit to ESL students in terms of enjoyment in reading. Firstly, reading a graphic novel can tap into student interest and can motivate them to read and write. Additionally, it will also motivate students to learn collaborative with their peers. This is based on the first research question. And then the second question is about the teacher, the finding of the study over ESL teachers and researchers valuable insight of reading a graphic novel using multiliteracies approach in reading classroom, as well as planning effective lesson and integrating technology in an effort to motivate students to read in English. That's all for our presentation.
Yeah. So, that's all the presentation of three journal articles that we do and then we review. And thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.